Okay, cool. So just pull the engine out of the frame off the stand there, and I'll just be measuring up the dimensions of that. So with some overlay between that one and that one is 165, and then between or with some overlay from that one to the main beam in the sidecar, which will run along here, is 150. So we're doing a 165 by 150 by 165 by 150 plate, which I've measured up here, and that's in the vise for tomorrow. We'll cut that out tomorrow. That dotted line is 60 mil, 60 mil, and that's going to be the bend line for tomorrow. So the plate will essentially bend up like that off the main beam and then run flat. Won't be too much of a bend, maybe 20 degree, something like that. Won't be too much at all, and that's to just allow that carburetor bowl to sit off the main beam, and that way, you know, it can sit nice and flat as well. And being on a plate, that's what we want for the carby bowl. We want it to be sitting nice and flat on a flat surface, because any sort of tipping, it will throw the float level off within these carbies here. So once I get this all cut out tomorrow and bent up, won't take me too long. I'm going to tack it all to the frame, which I want to tack it to the main beam. Probably have to run maybe 6 tacks along there, just so it's not going to go anywhere. And then I'm going to start looking at the down tubes. Down tubes from the headstock down underneath, or maybe onto this plate, or maybe bend them down and curve them into that main beam there. I'm not too sure yet. Not too sure which way we're going to go. But that's how it's looking. It's not too bad. Pretty happy with it so far. Yeah, just can't wait to finish it off and get it all started and rock and roll. I can't go. Another note as well is that I couldn't make a plate the whole way across because of this exhaust. So I've got to make the exhaust come down and then go out that way. So no matter what I do, I need some sort of opening for that exhaust, and to continue the tubing, which will come down here and then down underneath the bike down this way. So yeah, I needed that opening there as well. I've got the exhaust just there, but that'll be cut shut and modified to suit this bike, and it's going to run underneath the main beam on that side there, same as the senior and junior Speedway Sidecars. Cool. That's probably enough for tonight. It's now 9:30. Can't do any grinding or anything like that, otherwise I'll really piss some people off. Pardon me. Cool. So that's what we got to today. Pretty happy with it. It's coming along nice. Be sure to check out the links below for if you want to purchase one, or if you got any questions, queries, thoughts. Be sure to comment below. And cool. Thanks for watching.
The next day.
Okay, cool. So we just finished cutting this new engine mount plate out. That's going to sit somewhere on the bottom of the engine like that. So those dotted lines are going to be our fold line. Cool. So we're going to get that set up in our vise now. The folding device. So we're just going to put that in there now. This isn't a full industrial one. I'm pretty sure it's not even rated to this thickness of metal. Yeah, you'll be very careful not to jam your fingers in here, because it will hurt a lot. Cool. Want it done up nice and tight. So that's pretty much it. So then we'll bring this one down. So what happens with these ones, as we set it up, this will go in on this side. I'll push it in from the back, and then as I lift this bar up here with these handles, it will bend this plate upwards. So because I'm lifting from the bottom, that's how it's going to work. Cool, so these just undo on either side. They're in there nice and loose. I've got no idea whether this is going to work. I've never tried to bend anything this thick, or Moly for that matter. Hopefully I don't snap the actual folder. That would be not good. Hopefully all their welds and plate steel's up to scratch. Definitely not rated for it, but cool. So with the folders as well, you'll see these bolts can be done up at a particular tensile. What that does is that changes how close the folding arm is to the fold position. So it changes the radius essentially on the fold. So the further it is that way, the tighter the fold. Because this is a thick material, I want it as far back as I can possibly get it. As soon as I clamp it down, however, so you notice they're done off all the way. As soon as I clamp it down, these position it a little anyway. So all I can do is fold it down, unscrew these as much as I can because I want the radius to be as big as I can possibly get it. And then, yeah, cool. So we're going to set this up somewhere. Not even too sure whether this is going to work, but we'll give it a shot. If I can't bend it, I can't bend it. That's all there is to it. I'll have to cut and shut it, or cut and modify it another particular way. I'll cut it and then weld it on a particular angle. That's another way of getting around it. I'm not concerned with the integrity of this material. I'm just it's definitely more about whether the machine will stand up to actually being able to hold this, whether I can actually hand fold this. That's pretty much it. Cool. So all I'm going to do now cool, bench is nice and tight, these are nice and tight. That's it, we'll get to folding. Yeah, that's not even gonna budge. Yeah, this is just too thick of a material to fold. That's alright, lessons learned. And I'm gonna snap that doing it. The only other way, yeah, cool. Oh well, didn't work. That's alright, move on to something else. It's not designed for, this is like 3mm chromoly, like, so yeah, it's definitely not designed for it. Like, it's meant to be a sheet metal, I think it's a sheet metal folder. Aluminium I could bend up, no worries. That's 2mm, I think it's 2mm, 2.5 million aluminium, can fold that, no worries at all. But just that 3mm chromoly, just not going to happen. That's alright, I'm going to put this away. Cool. I mean, the only other alternative really is to tap this over. don't even know whether that's working or not. I think it is. Oh, that was some acceleration. I'm pretty sure it's just not going anywhere whatsoever. Nope. Hasn't even, I've flogged that with a hammer. Hasn't even bent anything. Oh, it hurt my finger. That's okay. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to draw that. Oh, that really hurt my finger. That's alright, lessons learnt. Cool, just going to find a pen. Cool, so what I'm going to do now instead is I'm going to cut that, angle it down and then weld it together. It's not ever going to go anywhere. Cool, so I'll get that underway. Oh well, tried a couple of different options, didn't pan out, always just got to adapt. Cool. So we've just got the engine plates just cut out. And my son over there making lots of noise and helping. So cool. So we've got a couple of magnets underneath there just to help out it all sit there. Cool. So what we're going to do now is, that's actually a pretty good height for that plate. So we're going to tack weld them together. This is where the main beam would sit, and the engine's going to mount up there, as you can see, where that plate was up there. Not going to do the bolt holes or anything at the moment. Or these 5 would probably be okay to do, but I'm not going to do them at the moment because, you know, the temporary bolts that I've got in there, these are moving a little bit, just a little bit, and it's going to cause the bolt holes not to be perfectly aligned, but it will let me sit it on there once it's all tacked together. So Cool, that's all we're going to do now. So we're just going to put a couple of tacks, probably about 6 or so tacks along there. We'll fully weld, once it does come together, we'll fully weld both sides. It's never going to go anywhere. I mean, it's a 3mm chrome moly plate, 4130. You know, it's pretty bulletproof material that we use. So cool. That's excellent. That's the plan. We'll go from there.